Perry, what's going on, buddy?
That's cool, man. I got to talk to D-Rod. He's a good guy, man. I had a good fight with him, and maybe we learned something from each other, and we're still on that path. You know what I mean? We're still doing big things, big fights, and the experience that you get from all of it it's the journey itself that makes it great to be a martial artist. And I'm happy to be here, man, talking with some of the best fighters, former world champion Michael Bisping. I love you, Mike.
Let's go. Mike, thanks for jumping on today. I appreciate your time. You've got a massive fight scheduled, so we're going to talk about that. But I want to ask you this, because I see clips of your podcast, which is fantastic, by the way. What's it called again? What's it called? Oh, I'm going to say Overdog.
Overdog.
Yeah, man. And when did you, listen, what you've done with your life, we've talked about it with bare knuckle, finding your niche and all the rest of it. But when did you become this like philosophical guy that's giving out great advice and awesome takes, and just then with Daniel Rodriguez? When did this wise old owl Mike Perry version come along? Or has he always been there?
I've always been here, man. I love the martial arts movies. Last night I watched Kung Fu Panda 4 with the kids. My son was into it. Usually he's not into it. And I've been seeing the movie for a long time. It was for rent for like $20. Then it went down to the $5 and it wasn't quite time. And then it was on Peacock for free. And my son was like, we're going to watch Kung Fu Panda. I was like, absolutely, bro. He watched the whole thing. I loved it, man.
How old is he?
3.
Okay. A little early yet. But I tried the whole thing with the movies with my son. And like, he wouldn't do it. But then I showed him Big Trouble in Little China. Mm-hmm. And that was it. Now he loves sitting down and doing movie night. And we watch all the old school martial art things. So when he's a bit older, Big Trouble, Little China. Have you seen that, Mike?
I don't think I have. Old school, I was going to love The Drunken Master.
Dude, do yourself a favor. Tonight, Big Trouble in Little China. And you're going to text me. And you're going to be like, that's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. It's brilliant. Kurt Russell, it's martial art madness, like Tekken characters. It's amazing. Okay. I'll tell you what else is amazing. Mike Perry versus Jake Paul going down, July 20th?
Big Trouble in Little Tampa.
Let's go. Big Trouble with a little tampon.
The fight is in Tampa, Florida. Jake better bring some tampons. He's going to be bleeding out of his face.
Yeah. Tell me your thoughts. It feels to me, I don't know if you saw some of the videos that I did, right? Jake's, hey, listen, fair play. He's a businessman and he's made a lot of money, and with his YouTube stuff and his boxing, stuff that he's done. He's made a lot of money and he's beaten some people, of course, with names like Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley. And whether or not they were past their prime, that's still an accomplishment, right? I've shit on him a little bit, but it's still an accomplishment. But they've been kind of past their prime. You know what I'm saying? And he was going to fight Mike Tyson, 58 years old. That's a whole other conversation. You know that. And I think when he looks at you, he thinks, well, here was a guy that was fighting in the UFC, and now he's fighting bare knuckle. I think he's severely underestimated what he's getting involved with here, Mike. What do you think?
I don't know if he's underestimating it. I think he is looking for a challenge because he hasn't been given them. And, this fight game will show you something when you're looking for something. See, I'm looking for easy fights. That's maybe why I got this one, because it's going to be an easy night. I might put the hurt on him soon because he said under 3 rounds for me. And I was thinking 7 or 8 rounds. I'm going to put the pressure, let it build up. I'm going to enjoy my time in the ring with him. I'm going to have fun at the show. I'm going to put on a show for the fans that come through. And, I was thinking because how you started the question, but his team, it is a team sport because, I was just at the barber. Hair's looking good.
You're looking. I need a haircut, bro. I'm all over the place. That's why I got so much product in. But you look good.
Good, but thank you. But me and my barber were talking about my boxing coach. He's super great, and we put a plan together. We train hard over X amount of time, and it's two great teams coming against each other. But I think they're a little bit cocky and arrogant in how they think this goes. And me and my coach, we love a great fight. We love a real brawl, a real battle. And that's where I thrive. And we're gonna have one because he had one with Tommy Fury, but I think that I bring a lot more just viciousness to the table than a Tommy Fury. A Tommy was able to take Jake's hits pretty well, and I believe I can do that even better and return fire with better shots. Tommy boxed and backed up more. I'm looking to get inside and be powerful. So it's two great teams. It is kind of a team sport, but his team is about this is my opportunity. I don't have anything to be negative about. You know what I'm saying? It's two teams that have come together. We're doing business together because we both do great business. And at the end of the night, I will execute my plan and execute him.
So stylistically, when you look at this fight, this is, as you said, you mentioned one word there, ferocious, Mike. And you are ferocious, right? And that's why you've been so successful. Like Michael Venom Page, he's got a huge fight this weekend against Ian Gary. You've got the perfect style for somebody like Michael Venom Page because you're going to go forward, you're going to get in his face, you're going to be on the inside, you've got great cardio, great boxing. When I look at Jake Paul, I think he's going to struggle with that style from you. I think, okay, you've got to give the guy respect. He's a big guy, he's powerful, he's clearly shown that. But I do think he throws a lot of looping shots and he leaves a lot of room on the inside and in the pocket. Would you kind of agree with that assessment?
Yeah, he opens up. There are some spots you can hit him in between. When he opens up, he does get tighter. He cleans up his stuff. Back, I remember from when we sparred, 15 seconds in, I hit him with a body shot, hurt him, made him gasp. Because he told me, good body shot. And as he ran away around the other side of the ring, he gets. And
that's always that's when when they say, "Oh, good one."
But he adjusted. He did a good job. He adjusted. He wouldn't let me get back there. He dug that elbow in that day. That's just one of the lessons I taught him that day. And I know I made him run into some other shit for sure. So, I'm looking. I got the experience. The kid's done a good job. He's gotten himself. We both built ourselves up to this point where we're the perfect fight for each other. And it's time for me to show the world what an established career in mixed martial arts and fighting in general can do in the prime of my age against a young, strong kid who's about prime as well, and Jake.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm assuming, and I'm not looking for numbers or anything like that, but I'm assuming this is going to be a very handsome payday for you.
It's not bad. It's right on cue with BKFC.
So it's nothing crazy?
No, nothing crazy.
Good money?
It depends. Hopefully, there's lots of streamers out there. I'm hoping the pay-per-view. This is my first chance at a pay-per-view. Technically not. Basic. Depending on how my BKFC pay-per-view went, I did have one, and I don't think it did a certain amount of numbers that would have been more beneficial to me, but it wouldn't have been super crazy. But this one, I'm hoping that the pay-per-view does well and that people buy the show, and because dazn, dazn be a little pricey out there sometimes, but we out there working for that money, so buy the event and I'll give you the fight you want to see. I'm going to do that regardless. I'm going to go in there. The fight itself is the journey. I'm loving it, where I'm at, what I'm on, the journey I'm on. So, the money is right there with BKFC with me, and I've already established and set myself up, set my family up. Now I get to have fun. Now I get to enjoy the fight and put on a show and try to be the best Platinum Mike Perry the world has ever seen.
That's interesting what you said there now, because you've made money. So to a certain degree, the pressure's off with maintaining and providing for your family. So now you get to have fun. That's interesting. I never thought about it like that, but you're right, because when you start fighting, that's what it's all about. And now you get to have some fun. How do you feel about Jake? How do you guys get along? I saw you on an interview last week, and things were getting a little bit freaky. Said you guys might get married in the middle of the. I mean, what was going on there?
Well, no, I said my fist was gonna marry his face, and
he's gonna give you a reach around.
Yeah, that was his role there. We can get it freaky. That's fine, because it's gonna get dirty and nasty in there in the ring. I might nibble on his ear a little bit. Better get him ready for if he thinks he's gonna fight Mike Tyson. I'm trying to ruin that whole thing for him. See if they offer it to me after I knock Jake out. I'd be like, hey, do you want to fight Mike Tyson on Netflix? I would, but I don't want to be an asshole either. And I could go in there and move around with him. And if Mike can't knock me out, which is, I don't know, he might be able to hurt me pretty good. I might hit myself. And then I'll be the bad guy if I do good against the old guy.
Yeah, well, see, that was the thing, because I was working out after we text, and I was like, all right, so I'll ask Mike. I'll ask, would you ever fight Mike Tyson? And then I thought to myself, I'm not going to ask that, because, listen, if someone's going to put you on Netflix, they're going to pay you a shit ton of dough. It's Mike Tyson, right? Of course, you're probably going to take it. You know what I mean? But it is a weird one. It's a weird one, because what you're going to do, you're going to go beat the out of Mike Tyson? Are you going to let Mike Tyson beat the shit out of you? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here? He's an old dude.
Do you have a choice? If you're in that ring with Mike Tyson, do you really have a choice?
Oh, he's going to come at you 100%. And he's still got the power. But you knock out Jake Paul, there's a potential that fight never happens.
That's the real win here. If I can stop that. But I don't want it to hurt Mike's pockets either.
Of course.
If Mike wants to get paid and he wants to fight, well, then I'll step in for Jake. I'll put my guard up real good, let him punch on me. And, try
Mike Perry is the savior of Mike Tyson. Not that he needs you to save him, but that's what's going on here. You're going to save Mike Tyson from lowering himself to doing this at 58 years old.
He don't got to do it. He did.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do that. The man's a legend of the highest degree. Simple as that. What's the prediction? Go on. What round you think you're going to get this guy out? Because you've been in there with him. You've moved around.
Well, I'm strong, man. I put some weight on. I'm moving pretty good at this size. I'm pushing people around pretty easily. I was sparring last week with, there was about 500 pounds in the ring. And I did, 4 and 4 with a fresh guy, 4 rounds, and then 4 rounds with a fresh heavyweight. And I was able to be in there. And, he said 3 or under. And I said 7 or 8 for me knocking him out. I want the pressure and all that. But the way I'm feeling strong. I'm going to get in that ring with them 10-ounce gloves. And I'm going to hurt him bad. Really fast. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hurt him. So, I got to knock him out. I'm going to knock him out. That's how I'm bringing the fight. Was the last one I had against Thiago, interviewer asked me, at some point is the game plan to throw out the game plan. And, I'm like, that was the game plan from the beginning. I'm all this waiting is all the time I need. When that bell rings, I'm going for the, execution.
Yeah. Well, of course. And that's what we're always doing. I tell you what, I would take a lot of satisfaction. Not that I've got anything. I don't, personally, I've got nothing against the guy. I've never met him face to face. He sent me a ton of DMs talking shit. And all right, fair enough. I kind of deserve him because I do some videos and I talk a bit of shit, but it's like, whatever, it's a fight a real boxer, fight someone in the prime. Now, finally, I do have respect because he's fighting you. But I will say this, I will take a bit of nice satisfaction when I see Mike Perry getting his hand raised. After the journey you've been on, Mike, everything that you've done, I hope your bank account is absolutely booming. You make a shit ton off this. Where do people buy the pay-per-view?
DAZN pay-per-view, DAZN pay-per-view.
Look at this guy cutting promos. What's the date?
July 20th at the Emily Arena in Tampa, Florida. Main event, Platinum Mike Perry versus Jake Paul. Show you what time it is.
Let's go. My man. What else is going on, Mike? Other than that, I mean, I'm assuming you're just training like a madman and getting ready for this, but life's good for you right now, yeah?
Man, I was on a kayak yesterday. We were doing it as like a little Sunday workout. Did like 6 miles on the kayak, just pumping in the
recovery.
As much as I like a yacht, damn, I enjoyed myself on that kayak yesterday in the sun. I had my family on the pontoon. They were watching me. My kids were, Dad, and I'm kayaking, trying to keep up with the damn boat. Good time, man. Life is beautiful.
I've never mentioned this before. So in England, we call it a canoe. Same thing. I was on the British canoeing squad when I was a kid. I used to be pretty good on a kayak myself, Mike.
The row team?
Not the row. That's like all of them doing that. Individual kayaking or canoeing, as we call it. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. I'm shit though. I never.
Kayaks are different.
Say again.
Canoe and a kayak's a little different.
Well, it is here in the States, but in England, we call a canoe a kayak. Sorry, we call a kayak what you call a kayak a canoe. Okay. Same thing. Yeah. As I said, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, man. I just wanted to have you on here, talk about the fight, congratulate you on that. Wish you the best of luck, of course. Big fan, love what you're doing, and I'll let you get out of here, buddy.
Thank you, bro. Have a blessed one. Good to see you, Mike.
All the best, Mike. You take care, pal.
All right, brother.
There he is, the one and only Platinum Mike Perry.